Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a continuation of my video series Why X Group Flopped, and in this installment I'll be discussing the boy group MBLAQ. I haven't done one of these videos in about a year and a half, and I honestly kind of missed the process of researching for these videos, so I decided to revive this series. I found this group when I was looking for mistreated K-pop groups on different forums, and while there's no shortage of them, this group piqued my interest because they were formed by Rain. On looking into them further, this group definitely should have been one of the more memorable groups of the second gen. However, most K-pop stans, even the self-proclaimed second gen stans, don't remember them now. Once again, if you have any groups you'd like me to include in this series, please comment them down below. I'm always looking in my comment section for groups you guys want me to cover, and almost all of the groups in this series have been chosen by you all. So before we get into the video, once again, I want to give a couple of disclaimers. Number one, this video is in no way trying to make fun of this group or the fact that they were unsuccessful. This video series exists purely to inform. Number two, if you are a fan of this group and you notice that I got something wrong, please politely correct me in the comments below. I try to be as thorough as possible when researching these groups, but because these groups are relatively unknown, it's hard to find information about them. So if I say something wrong, please let me know because I don't want to spread misinformation about the group. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. MBLAQ debuted as a 5-membered boy group consisting of members Seungho, Jihyo, Lee Jun, Thunder, and Mir under J-Tune Camp, a subsidiary of J-Tune Entertainment. The group made their debut on October 14th, 2009 with the single Just Black and the title track Oh Yeah. MBLAQ are very unique from the other groups I've covered in this series due to the fact that they actually did not flop in the beginning. They gained a lot of attention at their debut due to the fact that they were formed by Rain and debuted under a subsidiary of his label. Most of you probably know who Rain is, but if you don't, Rain is a very well-known singer in Korea. They first performed at his Legend of Rainism concert on October 9th, 2009, gaining them a lot of attention. Even before their performance at Rain's concert, the group was highly anticipated due to this being the first group Rain was debuting under his label. And MBLAQ ended up being a pretty popular group, however their potential went to waste due to laziness and repeated poor decisions on the part of their company. Despite still being successful and having a sizable fanbase, June and Thunder left the group in 2014, and the group had their last comeback in 2015 as 3 members before going on an unofficial hiatus. Jihyo went to serve in the military in 2016. It's understood by fans that they unofficially disbanded due to statements made by the former member Jihyo in 2017, where he informed fans that he and the other members were no longer signed to the company, and it was revealed that all of the staff and managers had left, essentially making it defunct. While most groups never stand a chance at success, MBLAQ saw a thriving career until their company just decided to stop doing their job completely. Now that we've gone over the basics, let's get into why they were unsuccessful. As mentioned previously, MBLAQ was a pretty popular group, especially considering that they were under a small, unestablished label. They were very well received at their debut and continued to maintain that success up until their unofficial hiatus in 2015. They were called, quote, the next TVXQ, and their debut single topped numerous South Korean charts, which is not common for newcomers. Over the next few years, their releases would continue to top charts and sell well, including making a successful Japanese debut and even topping the German music site Viva with the song Mona Lisa in 2011. But despite all of this success, J-Tune Camp still managed to ruin MBLAQ's career. In 2016, a year after they began their unofficial hiatus, someone found some of the music show trophies MBLAQ had won at a flea market. J-Tune Camp released a statement after the post about the trophies gained traction, saying that they did not know how the trophies ended up there, would be looking into how the trophies ended up at a flea market, and asked fans not to spread the post more as it could hurt MBLAQ's image. It seemed no real explanation was ever offered as to how MBLAQ's trophies ended up essentially being discarded like trash, making fans worry for the group. This would be the first of many instances. Most of the information regarding mistreatment on the part of the company comes from posts Jihyo made on his fan cafe apologizing to fans and explaining the lack of promotions and updates. On February 14th, 2017, he revealed he was frustrated with the company for its laziness, inconsistency, and empty promises. He mentioned that he had felt guilty because he could not pay fans back. Jihyo said that J-Tune Camp had promised them too many albums in a fan meeting in 2015. However, after the release of their final comeback, Mirror, there was no album and the group began their unofficial hiatus, and while they had selected fans for the fan meet, it never actually ended up happening. He said that the members complained about it to J-Tune Camp, but they ultimately did nothing. Even when he offered to pay for the fan meeting himself, the company did not let him and they continued without promotions. Jihyo expressed resentment towards the company and said he wanted to erase everything about J-Tune Camp from his profile. He also said he did did not want to meet fans again as a singer, as he felt hurt by being a singer because of his experience with J-Tune Camp. He also addressed the issue with the group's trophies ending up at a flea market, saying the company told them they had been misplaced when combining the containers they kept them in with another one. He called back a few times for clarification about the situation but never received a response. He also revealed that J-Tune Camp was essentially defunct, which is why he could speak so freely since the fan cafe manager was gone. He revealed that all 3 remaining members were no longer under J-Tune Camp. An insider confirmed this just a few days later, revealing that all the company staff had left and the only other group that was under J-Tune Camp, Madtown, had been sold off to another company. While J-Tune Camp claims that they were preparing to debut new artists, there has been no movement in the company since 2017. Contributing to poor management was the seemingly non-existent role Rain played in managing MBLAQ and J-Tune Entertainment as a whole, despite both being created by him. Rain has a history of legal issues involving fraud and embezzlement, some of which he was acquitted of. Regardless, he has been widely criticized throughout the years for his suspicious business dealings and lack of accountability for his own legal issues. This muddied the waters for J-Tune Camp when Rain and other higher-ups in the company were accused of embezzlement in 2010. A lot of fans claimed that Rain played a big role in the downfall of MBLAQ. While Rain was scheduled to be the CEO of J-Tune Camp, he later claimed during the embezzlement scandal that he was never the CEO, he was just an investor. While many argue that he had a limited role in the company, others, namely former investors, claimed that this was just a cop-out and an attempt to deflect accountability, as he was the major shareholder in the company. Many saw this as his way of cutting ties with J-Tune Entertainment as a whole, setting it up so he would be able to leave the company more easily later on. JYP later merged with J-Tune Camp at the end of 2017, but they stated that J-Tune Camp would be unaffected by the merge and would not be considered a part of JYP, which arguably hurt them even further by cutting off resources to J-Tune Camp that absolutely could have helped the group maintain the popularity of their early years. Further proving his lack of involvement in the company, the members of MBLAQ themselves revealed that when they reached out to contact him, they wouldn't get a response. Shortly after, he created a different label called Rain Company in 2015, the same year that MBLAQ went on their unofficial hiatus. Many people expressed anger at this news, claiming that Rain has a reputation from jumping from one business venture to the next and never seeing things through, and speculations of Rain abandoning MBLAQ came soon after their debut as early as 2010. While they were heavily marketed as Rain's group in the beginning, he would essentially leave MBLAQ out to dry and seem to have abandoned them on a business and personal level. He then again decided to create his own company in 2015 and was widely criticized for abandoning MBLAQ. Why he decided to leave J-Tune Entertainment after creating the company only to create another company so shortly after is still unclear. Regardless, this was confirmation to people that MBLAQ was finished. It's not exactly clear why J-Tune Camp stopped promoting MBLAQ suddenly. While MBLAQ was never one of the top groups of the second gen, they saw decent popularity, especially given that they weren't from an established company, and their releases all charted pretty well. They didn't sideline them because they were gearing up to debut another group. They weren't having any major financial problems at the time MBLAQ went on hiatus as far as we know, and the group was not unsuccessful by any means. Some speculate that this decline in promotions happened because 2 members left, but fans recognized the slow in activity from the group as early as 2013. Because of this, others believe that it had something to do with Rain, as this was the time he left to go join a different agency. However, while Rain didn't really do MBLAQ any favors after their debut, Rain was far enough removed from activities involving the group that it shouldn't have really affected them when he decided to move on. Most groups flop due to greediness or mismanagement by their company, and while J-Tune Camp displays these qualities, it's still unclear as to why they would suddenly stop promoting them randomly. A lot of fans still blame Rain, however, and argue that what he's doing with his newest boy group, Cypher, is exactly how he treated MBLAQ before essentially abandoning them. However, there's still a lot of debate and no clear answers as to why MBLAQ suffered the fate they did. That's all for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below some other groups you'd like to see me talk about in this series, and feel free to share your opinions on MBLAQ. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!